me again. Anyways, it's December 9th, and not really much is going on with me, but although I'm just taking everything slow for a while until I probably get registered for classes and also spend the holidays with my family and stuff like that. Anyways, I decided I'm just gonna still be doing video blogs and stuff like that. It's just as far as that goes because I think a whole lot of people would want to hear a lot about my life as being uh gay and then having Asperger's syndrome. And a lot of people just seem to get these kind of things mixed around. Even though my disability and my sexuality are two separate things altogether. I mean, who I find attractive and is completely irrelevant to my disability. And that was kind of one of those kind of things. I felt like I had to go around and try to take on whatever label, like being a disabled person who is gay or a gay person with disabilities. And then opposed to having like a gay disabled person or something like that. And so I have a whole lot of struggles more than just a person who just is just gay, than having like a disability. But then there were a lot of people who were on comingoutstories.com who were, or at least maybe about a couple of people that were on there that had a disability or two, maybe some. I think I was like the only other person who publicly stated that they have a disability. And another person who was gay had like cerebral palsy, and then there was a couple of other people that also had some other type of disabilities like dyslexia and I forgot a couple of other ones, but there were just all these little other things and they were also gay themselves. But then, and even I knew a guy about a couple of months ago who was also has Asperger's, and he was also gay. And he said it took him a while for him to come out because of a lot of the stigma of being gay and then having disabilities. Because the medical profession would probably might dismiss it off as being like, oh, so you think you're gay because you have that. And then for the record, it was like I never really had any kind of real attraction to women in any kind of matter beyond emotional, platonic ways for the record of that matter. And sometimes I might have convinced myself along the way that I might have had a genuine infatuation, maybe, but then it was just simply an admiration of that person. But other than that, it was just most of my attractions to people were guys, or are guys. And anyways, I feel like as far as other things I would do next year is that I'm gonna do a little bit more of like social commentary and all these other stuff about commenting about like the whole gay politics and stuff like that. And a lot of things are going on in California that that people here that support gay and lesbian issues should be aware about. I mean, not just the same bunch of people trying to put an amendment banning gay marriage in California, but it was also the same bunch of people who are trying to overturn the law that bars discrimination against gays in school curriculums. And I haven't really read up about the law over there, but it's I don't know whether it's implemented in public schools or just all schools in general. If it was just implemented in all public schools, those people could just simply pull their kids out of public school and then put them in a private school, or just simply homeschool them and then watch them be all socially stunted. But that's just how some people are. But I mean, there are people that are conservative in California, and a lot of people that aren't really familiar with like California, they always just see Los Angeles and the Bay Area. There are some parts of California that are conservative a little bit, maybe like in Fresno, and maybe Sacramento, and maybe in Northern California altogether. But it's just basically the majority of everybody lives here is in the Los Angeles area and San Diego areas. Plus, also there are people that live in the Bay Area who are also just as liberal. But, anyways, as far as all this other stuff goes, it's just kind of weird. I mean, because I spent the first part of '07 moving everything back from Dallas. I used to like live in Dallas about a couple of years ago, and this is just simply more of a sabbatical thing for me. And so we just basically moved out of that, and then moved my mom to San Diego for her job over there, and all that other stuff. But anyways, as far as my personal life, I'm just gonna uh, spend the holidays and do all the other stuff and get back to school and stuff like that. But not really much going on until next video post.